Hi once again to all our friends, supporters, the faculty, staff, and students of Foundation University. This is another Thursday, and we certainly hope that you have made Thursdays as your regular habit, just as we have also here at Foundation University. My name is Cecile Genove, and once again, we are right here in our beautiful Greyhound studio, but we are also being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University, as well as on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. And so for tonight's episode, friends, I would like to once again welcome to our midst an illustrious alumni of Foundation University, an illustrious alumnus of Foundation University. I will allow him to take us in his particular journey when he was yet an undergraduate student here at Foundation University and onwards to his present position now. So may I introduce to all our televiewers Dr. Orlando G. Cadano, and he is the Schools Division Superintendent of the Division of Guihulngan City. Hi, Sir Orly, and pleasant evening po.
Good evening, Ma'am Cecile. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Good evening also to our viewers.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. I know that we have pulled you out from your busy schedule.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that you just, in fact, came from Karkar City for the recently concluded CVRA, which I think many of our schools also joined, sir, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I understand that here you are, sir. You are a newly minted Schools Division Superintendent of Guihulngan City, but of course, this is not something new to you, sir, right? Because you were also in Toledo City as Schools Division Superintendent. So please tell us, sir, about this particular assignment of yours and this new challenge.
The challenge being a leader in the division or a schools division is really that enjoyable, I think.
Yeah, yes, that's
look
good
at
to
the
know.
other side of it, although it is a little at times stressful. I have quite a good chance to be serving several divisions already. As an ASDS in Tanay City Division for 3 years, and then 2 years as OIC Schools Division Superintendent in Bais.
Yeah. Okay.
And after that one, I had 3 years in Toledo City. And then we were transferred. I was transferred together with all the rest of the superintendents of the country.
Right.
Last April 3.
Yes.
That was our first day of service.
Yes. I gathered that the Department of Education is currently something like on a reassignment, no, or a new assignment for the top officials, ASDS, Schools Division Superintendent, and even I think some assistant regional directors, Dr. Cadano.
Yeah. This batch of movement was for the SDSS and the ARDs.
Okay, so assistant regional directors. Yes.
Probably next year we would have the movements of the assistant schools division superintendents and the ARDs.
Okay. So is that the usual procedure, sir, in the Department of Education? Like how long does one stay in a particular division? Like in your case?
We had a reset issuance. It was the time, I think, of Secretary Briones that the transfer would be effected for every 3 years.
Yeah.
For both SDSS, ASD, and ASDSS.
Yes. But you rose from the ranks, Dr. Cadano. I understand you even started as a classroom teacher and also as a teacher here at Foundation University, sir. Take us back to that journey, sir.
Yep. I graduated here 1995.
1995.
In my undergrad, BS Ed in English.
Yes, okay.
After that one, I joined the university high school for a year. The summer of it, I was already teaching in the College of Ed as part-time instructor. I did have some professional subjects.
Okay.
And then the year after, I joined the public schools.
Yes, okay.
So I was there in the classroom for almost 9 years. 10 years, including the private schools experience.
Yes.
But together with it is my part-time teaching in the College of Ed.
Yes, okay. Here in the university.
In the university, in the College of Education. After that, I was able to pass the call it the principal's exam. I think that was 2003 or 2000,
Yeah.
2004. Or less. I can't
Okay,
remember much
yeah.
of those details.
Yes, yes.
And I led Taclobo High School for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Thereafter, I was reassigned to Science High School. By then, a very good friend also, Sir Ising. Mr. Listerio Napao
yes,
was
yes.
the OIC SDS
Yes,
then.
okay, yes.
I was transferred to Science High School, and I was there from 2007 to 2011.
Okay, okay.
So after that, I became a supervisor in English in the Schools Division of Dumaguete City.
Yeah, yes.
And then from that, the ASDS in Tanay.
Yeah, yes.
So,
From a very nice, sir. No, from a so-called homegrown gentleman, no, like you are from, although you are from Tanay City, sir, right?
Yeah, I am.
Rising from the ranks and getting the positions that are really, wow, the prime positions, as they say, especially in the Department of Education, is something that we are all proud of, especially that you are a product of Foundation University. But tell us, Dr. Cadano, the efforts that went into preparing for these particular positions. Was it like something that you had really dreamed about, something that you had prepared for, something that you had lined up as far as your career path is concerned, sir?
Oh, okay. It's quite interesting. After I finished my undergrad, the thing that I had most in my mind was to become the best teacher that I can be. Studying in the MAED, I started with Silliman, and then I finished here.
Okay, your Master of Arts in Education.
Yeah. It was the point of the dream of becoming the best English teacher that I can be. I was not much thinking of becoming an administrator.
Okay, yeah.
No,
or occupying a top position.
Yeah, it was not in my mind by then. But I also have to make myself kept abreast with everything that goes with, especially with the academic sector, my professional preparations. It was that way. I wanted to stay in the classroom because I love teaching.
Yes,
yes. There was even the time I was teaching in the grad school here.
Here, yes,
in Foundation. And then later, in the later part, I became a part-time faculty also with NORSO.
Yes,
NORSO Main.
Okay.
I wanted to stay in the classroom because I think my skills are there.
Okay.
The skills that I have there. But some situations in life really call for something a little bit, probably more than what you are thinking of.
Yes, or maybe beyond what you had prepared for or planned for.
Correct. And there was one superintendent who was pushing us. It was Dr. Ramir Oitico then.
Yes, of course, yes.
And
Dr. Oitico, who is Regional Director of Region 6.
Region 6
Yes.
now. Okay. He used to be our Schools Division Superintendent. I was
In Dumaguete,
in
sir.
Dumaguete.
Dumaguete Division.
I was an English supervisor also. And he's a very good leader. He was been pushing us to do our best, to do creativity, innovation, and all of those things.
Yes.
And one of those things that he wanted me to do was to take really the CESWE, the first stage of the Career Executive Service.
Okay.
I took it. Fortunately, or by God's blessing, was able to make it at one take.
Yes.
And the year after, I also took the college superintendent's exam. It's quite a difficult exam.
Yeah.
By God's grace, also I was able to make it.
Yes.
So with the short span of time for the fourth stage Career Executive Service, I was able to finish it. Probably 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
That made me prepared for the third level position already, which is that starting of an ASDS.
I see. Okay, assistant schools, no?
Yeah.
Division
I
superintendent.
never expected that I would be finishing all of those things.
Yeah. Yes.
And it made me prepared for the positions that I'm holding now.
Okay.
But it was never in those. It was never in my dream to be holding this position.
Yes. You know, sir, the exams that you mentioned, no?
Yeah.
Because after all, can you imagine you take a battery of tests, no?
Correct. Yeah.
Or exams before you are able to get or be promoted to that particular position, no? So, assistant, you mentioned assistant schools division superintendent, and then schools division superintendent, principal. I think that is even before, no? Principal, and onwards, even the career executive service officer. But these are all tough exams, sir, right?
I think so.
Very very tough. You yourself mentioned that the superintendent's exam is very tough. But more than passing, taking, and then of course passing the exams successfully, Dr. Cadano, I think it would also be the individuals whom you are working with, right? That would make quite a big difference. But you have been in several divisions, sir. So how did you adapt to a particular culture from one division to another, not only in Negros Oriental, but even in the Cebu province, especially Toledo City, where you were also schools division superintendent?
Precisely the group of people whom you are working with or you have been dealing with also affects how you would adjust, how you would address issues, as well as those things that you would learn. And I could attest to that because when I was still a school head and a supervisor, even in the division of Dumaguete City, we have had good leaders then.
Yes.
And what you have observed in the leaders, their good knowledge, skills, their values, and their attitudes will give you an idea of becoming the type of leader that you would like yourself to be. However, you may not really be a copycat for them. But you may have to make your own niche of it.
But they may be your examples.
Yeah, they are
or
good
models.
In some ways, a superintendent has a strength that you would observe and then you would appreciate, and then you also do likewise. But there are also other things that you also observe, but you won't do.
Yes, okay. So you observe.
You observe both sides, both the good and the not so good.
Yeah.
And then you learn from it. And then coming from Dumaguete, I was moved to Tanhay and understanding culture.
Yes.
But I would understand Tanhay better because I grew up there.
Okay.
And how they address concerns, how they look into the nitty-gritty. And then after that one in Bais, every organization has some kind of way of doing things, some kind of attitudes that you may have to adjust, and then you learn from it.
Yeah.
It's the challenges that you have overcome that give you ideas, and especially ideas that you have reflected upon that will help you learn more and then let you be prepared for the next challenges to come.
Did you need to adapt, Dr. Cadano, to certain situations where, as you mentioned, a culture may not be acceptable in a particular division, even if you may have been assigned to similar divisions? I understand there are small divisions, big divisions. Is that how they are being classified,
Yeah,
sir?
large division, small, medium, large.
Okay, these are the divisions in the Department of Education, sir, right? So, for example, Guihulngan City is a
small division.
Small division. So, did you find yourself battling with the decisions, especially when it comes to a particular division where a culture may be different from the other divisions where you have been to? Because I'd like to address this to our viewers as well. Like for myself, I have always been a good friend, as I'd like to put it that way, of the Department of Education because of our engagements in campus journalism. But oftentimes, I see that the department is like saddled with policies, procedures, what else? That regulations, for example, that everyone needs to follow. But in certain instances, would you say that certain policies should be intrinsic in all divisions or all departments, or can we tweak them a bit because they may not be in consonance with the culture that one may have in a particular division, sir?
Yeah. I have experienced, Dumaguete is a small division.
Small division,
also is
Dumaguete.
Tanay also.
Tanay is a
Ba
small.
also.
Ba is a
And
small
then
division.
Guihulngan also is a small
Guihulngan,
division.
okay.
Toledo is a medium division.
Okay.
In the Department of Education, the higher ups, the central office issues policies.
Yeah.
And these policies are general guidelines for us. While we may be of different sizes of the division, we follow these policies.
Okay.
However, there are certain contexts, say the word context, in certain divisions that that require some kind of an understanding or a tweaking, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that the tweaking should not be contrary to the general policies.
Yes.
We'll have to do like, for example, as one that is affected is on staffing. Like in a small division, there are fewer people in the division office than in a medium division.
Okay.
So I was able to really have a first-hand experience of it coming from Toledo, which is a medium division.
Medium division. Okay.
With more personnel than the small division. And then, while the policies stay as it is, but how you operationalize the policies would mean some form of contextualization, because while here in the medium division you have these people really having a pintilia for this, and they have this to work on, and the small division may have a function that is of this function, yet that's doing another function, and then you may really have to contextualize the people who should be doing it. So more or less.
This excludes, Dr. Cadano, the teachers who are assigned in certain divisions. They are not part of the personnel, as you had mentioned, of the division. This excludes the teachers.
Excludes the teacher.
Okay. But of course, they are under your jurisdiction in whatever division.
Okay. Both the teaching personnel who are the teachers are usually in the field. There are non-teaching personnel who are there in the division office, as well as non-teaching personnel assigned in the schools.
In the schools, because we have to qualify them, no? Teaching personnel, meaning the teachers themselves, and then the non-teaching personnel, meaning the staff, sir. Staff. Yes, okay. The Department of Education is one of the more intricate departments of government. One of the, I think I can use the word bureaucratic in a good sense, no? Bureaucracy, because it has a lot of divisions, it has a lot of not departments, because that's the Department of Education, but a lot of offices under it, a lot of personnel, as you had mentioned, teaching and non-teaching personnel, even the officials, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, and so on, Schools Division Superintendent, and even the principals and school heads, sir. So it's really very intricate, no? Very intricate, very complex, complicated.
Very hierarchical. Also.
Hierarchical, yes. In other words, you get orders, what orders would mean that it has to be followed from the
central office.
From the central office, we call it that way, no?
To the regional, then to the division, then to the schools.
Okay, there you are. So hierarchical, yes. In other words, it's like there is an order coming from the central office, cascaded down, to the regional office, then the principal,
down to the schools.
Schools division muna, and then the schools.
In the medium divisions, there are districts.
Districts,
yes,
and
then later to the schools.
Okay, so in this particular setup, Dr. Cadano, no, and considering, of course, that not only is the organization very complex, hierarchical, and so on, but there are teachers that you deal with, there are staff that you deal with, there are students, pupils, and not to mention the parents, no? My goodness, and the community.
Correct.
Yes. I wonder how you can all tie them together or how you can be effective in all aspects. Do you need to please everybody? Do you need to listen to all their concerns and their woes and answer all of them, if you could?
Yeah, if we can answer everyone, good. But the idea of probably pleasing everyone, well, the general rule we may have to, but in certain levels of governance. we may have issues at the school level,
Yes,
and
yes.
we do have our school heads who are the front lines there to
Yeah.
address the issues.
Yes, yes, yes.
And when these issues are not being addressed,
Yes.
and or it is being addressed, but the other party may not be satisfied with
Okay.
it, they may raise it to the next level, to the
Okay.
district, and then they move to the division,
Okay.
until they are
Yes,
satisfied.
okay.
Our personnel coming, say, from the division office we have our own what you call KRAs, key results areas. We have our objectives, our competency profiles that show us that determines the level of governance, of course, that we have, and that tells also of our accountabilities.
Yeah.
So while you do have concerns from all the angles that we have, whether they come from the students, from the teachers, from the parents, from the community, from the local government.
Yeah, I was not even able to mention the local government.
The local government, our personnel are being also trained on how to deal with it, with these different levels also.
Yes. And the school board, which is under the local government unit, Dr. Cadano, is where you report to, aside from the central office. Is that correct? Because after all, you are part of the community that you serve.
The local school board is
you call it
structure,
local school board.
And the local school board is a structure provided under our national law, the local government code, and it is composed of usually the local chief executive for cities, for provinces, of course, the governor, who's sitting as the chair, the city mayor or the provincial governor sitting as the chair, and the superintendent as the co-chair. And there are members also of the local school board coming from the local government, like the counselor for the education committee, the treasurer of the particular local government unit, the ST Federated may sit down from there. And from our side in DepEd, the SDS being a co-chair, there are also representations like the president of the Federated Teachers Association, the president or a representative from the non-teaching, and also the representative of the Federated PTA. So that will compose the whole local school board.
I was about to mention the PTA, Parents Teachers Association. So that's another composition in the local school board, right, sir?
That's the totality.
The structure, in other words. So all, in case there are concerns, or issues of concern, or perhaps things that you need to settle, all these individuals have to come up with a consensus.
During the local school board meetings, we do discuss concerns, but most of these concerns are those that are being addressed on funding issues. As well as all the other budget issues, as well as those that are provided under the section for the eligible expenditures, the functions of the committee, and some also the concerns coming from the schools are being addressed.
How about the promotion of teachers, or in fact the hiring of new teachers, sir? I think you also have a committee or something on that.
Correct. We are, as of this time, we do have a new set of guidelines. We call it the revised merit selection plan, and there is another recruitment selection at an RSA. We call it an RSA. It's even by next week, the appointing authorities like me are oriented on these new hiring guidelines. So every division, that's what you call selection committee, who will do the processing from the documents down to the demonstration, all the demonstration of the teachers, who would come up to what you call the comparative assessment result, or the RQA for teachers.
Right. So it's a process again, no? And it seems that every year, Dr. Cadano, we always hear and in fact see some notices or announcements from the Department of Education saying that we need teachers, we are recruiting teachers, and so on. But there seems to be like an endless search or recruitment of teachers.
Yeah, it is endless because every year there are items that are given.
Okay.
There are vacancies because some
Oh.
teachers retire,
I
some
see.
others resign.
Okay, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, right, right,
And
right,
so on
right,
and so
right,
forth.
right,
So
yeah.
it is always continuous.
Yes, we shall be speaking once again with Dr. Orlando Cadano after we pause for these few reminders because, after all, it has truly been a very interesting conversation with Dr. Cadano, and he will take us back once again to his student days here in the university as he also prepared very well for the position that he is currently holding. We shall be right back, friends, still on iGreyhound.
College leads you to the future. What it takes is for you to have a strong knowledge foundation. At Foundation University, quality first-hand learning is achieved through our state-of-the-art facilities. You can choose your dream profession and become who you want to be in a fun, learning environment. After all, you can't spell fun without FU. Experience what it's like to be a professional while studying. FU believes that grades alone do not define a student. Rather, it also gives importance to skills necessary for facing the real world. Choosing FU is literally choosing your life purpose. With excellence, commitment, and integrity, you can make a difference. At FU, you can be the one.
Yes, we're back once again, friends, still on iGreyhound as we are being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University and as we are also being shown here on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. Yes, and we have been speaking with Dr. Orlando G. Cadano, the Schools Division Superintendent of Guihulngan City Division, and our first segment was quite interesting, very interesting, in fact, if I may call it as such, because he took us to a journey of how intricate and how complicated, how complex,
Correct.
how hierarchical the Department of Education is as a government bureaucracy. Yes, but we can see, Dr. Cadano, here we are again for our second segment, that you have prepared well for your position now. Why am I saying this? Because in his student days here at Foundation University, sir, take us back because I think this is really going to be a very inspiring story, especially that we are about to end the school year.
Right.
You were an honor student, you were class valedictorian, and a cum laude in your undergraduate days, sir. Again,
Yeah,
this was in
1991 to 1995.
Okay, so you graduated cum laude, you were the class valedictorian, but on top of that, you were also an outstanding student all throughout your 4 years in
Correct,
college,
correct.
sir.
Yeah.
Wow. So let me see, how did you manage your time? That is usually the question being asked of our student achievers during their student days.
Yeah.
How did you balance your time and
Um,
manage your time too?
It was the balancing was also challenging. When I graduated from high school,
You were class valedictorian.
I was class valedictorian from Tanhay, from
Tanhay.
Villa Flores
Yes,
College.
yes.
It was an opportunity for me. I come from a poor family, so that means I have to work myself up. And being a valedictorian in high school was an opportunity because of the
Scholarship.
that I
Okay.
would have. Fortunately, also, I had a PESPA scholarship by that time, the private education
Yes.
financial assistance.
Yes.
So
PESFA.
I had that PESPA here in Foundation University. But at the start, I did really apply for the academic scholar.
Okay.
Although PESPA had a cut-off grade that is lower than that of the academic scholar, but I had to think the other side, that of the academic scholar, to maintain it. Because for me, doing good at the start or in college would also be my way to do social mobility, to have a job,
Okay.
and then go up if possible,
Yeah.
so that I could support also my family, my family with my in Tanhay,
Yeah.
or my own family later.
Okay.
And these are the things that also come
Yes.
in mind. Like,
Yeah. So young as you are, sir, you were already planning of those things.
I was thinking,
and thinking of those things already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I joined. I came here by I graduate. I mean, I enrolled 1991 as a freshman.
Freshman.
Um,
Immediately in the College of Education.
in the College of Ed. I wanted to enroll in the BSIE, I think. There was industrial engineering.
Industrial
that
engineering.
time. But my uncle was studying also in the College of Ed, so he told me, why don't you try?
Okay.
I never thought of being a teacher.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
earlier on, I had an application for scholarship in UP for PS Chem, I think, but which I wasn't able to push through. So came here in Dumaguete. I was living with my aunt then. So I enrolled in the College of Ed, first year. So I find it interesting and I find it enjoyable. Managing my time as a scholar with PESPA. I was a very good boy then, I would say.
Yeah,
Because,
until now, I suppose. Yeah.
Most of the time, when I don't have classes, I really have to go to the library, do a lot of readings, because I always have to think that I would be able to answer my teachers.
Yes,
I would be even able to ask questions which have not been discussed but related to the ones that we are discussing. That was because that's the thirst of knowledge that was there. Because I would remember that line from Foundation, the pursuit of excellence, mind, body, and spirit.
Yes.
That was one of the push that I have.
But you were a work scholar also, sir, at the same time.
No. I was.
So you were a full-time student,
Yeah, I was a full-time
enjoying the scholarships.
Yes.
Okay, both as an academic scholar and the one from the private education.
It was a government one.
PESPA.
Government, yeah,
Okay,
PESPA.
PESPA is a government-funded scholarship. Yes. Okay.
So I really had to study hard. First year, I did not expect after first year that I would be a President's Awardee.
Oh yes. So that's the top highest
As the
honor
highest.
that one can
As
get.
well as the Freshman Student of the Year.
Freshman, yeah. You were, in fact, freshman student of the year, sophomore student of the year,
Sophomore,
very
yeah.
consistent, junior student of the year, and then the outstanding
The most
student.
outstanding
Wow.
student.
Look at that. It's really an inspiration, friends, no? Dr. Cadano.
I really have to work. And,
Okay.
it's something that also God has blessed me with.
Yes.
Good neurons also.
Yes,
and
right.
some patience and perseverance
Yes,
to do
yes.
the work. The university was also very instrumental.
Okay.
I like the academic environment.
Yeah, the environment.
Really.
Yeah.
My batchmates also
Yes.
were very good.
Yeah.
That's why, as I've said, the people whom you are dealing with,
Yes.
you're playing and praying with,
Right.
helps you to make things happen for you.
So your extracurricular or co-curricular activities were something like blended with your academic work.
Correct. That's what I have got. That's what I really have realized. Before I had accepted a principalship or a school head position in the public schools, in the later part, I was able to realize that I had leadership activities when I was in college.
In college, yeah.
In fact, these leadership positions also, of course, helped me to learn leadership skills, but also to lead organizations that were also awarded.
Yeah.
Okay. I joined the English Society because I was an English major.
Yes.
The student teachers organization was very active then. I joined this I even joined the student government.
Oh,
there were three. These were the three organizations that I was also
very active.
Active with. Aside from sports.
Yes.
I was with the College of Ed. I was with badminton and
Oh.
volleyball. These are the two sports that I was
Okay.
very
Yes,
engaged
yes,
in.
yes.
Even until now, I
Yes.
play even.
Yeah, that's
And
nice.
I led this. I think I would remember. I also led the Tanhayano Students Organization.
Yeah, okay.
That was in my third year. Was awarded as the most inspired. I think the most outstanding town-inspired organization.
Okay, yes.
By my third year also, the English Society was the most outstanding academic.
Okay.
And the student government was the most outstanding organization.
Yeah, okay.
That was during my leadership.
Yes,
So
yes.
all of this brought together helped me say that I do have leadership
Yes.
skills. So when I had doubts really
Okay.
to accept the school ed position, because at that time I was also fortunate that when because we moved from teacher 1,
Yeah,
then
yes.
I jumped to teacher 3.
Okay.
And then I applied for, because after that you would have a branching out, whether if you stay in the classroom, you would have an MT, or you
Okay.
look into the school leadership.
A master teacher. No?
Yeah,
You should.
master teacher.
Oh,
And if you do into administrative, a principal 1.
Okay.
I had a dilemma by that time whether I'll move to the administrative or to the teaching. I love teaching. I want to stay in the classroom.
Yes, yes, yes.
But reflecting on the experience that I have, even in the college days, that I possess leadership skills. I was able to
lead organizations, no?
organizations
Yeah.
and even put these organizations as awardees.
Yeah.
I found it that, well, I'll try the administrative
Okay.
side.
But when you become principal, sir, or school head, you can no longer teach anymore? You can no longer teach? Or are there instances when you can like substitute, for example, for a teacher who is not around? Or are you strictly an administrator already?
In the public schools,
Yeah, okay.
a school head has two functions, as an instructional supervisor and as an administrative manager.
Okay.
At times when the teacher would be absent,
Okay, yes.
I do substitute
Oh,
in the
yes.
class.
Okay, so that really helps, no?
Yeah.
Oo. Yeah, and I think looking at the qualifications of many of our school heads, even up to the regional director level, I think all of you, sir, no, started out as classroom teachers. Am I right?
Correct.
Yes, yes.
Probably 99%.
Yes,
probably.
yes,
Or I
yes.
think all of us come
Yes.
from the
Right,
lowest ranks, and we
right.
rose up there.
Yeah, right, right. Even the Secretary of Education, for example, Secretary Leonor Briones was a classroom teacher herself.
But
yeah.
not all of the secretaries
Okay,
really
yes.
come from the
Yes,
classroom.
yes, okay. Not all of them, because some may have been appointed, no, to that particular position. Yes, very nice. But in your experience, again, Dr. Cadano, very interesting, no, because after all, these are the times when you are supposed to enjoy both academics and at the same time your extracurricular or your co-curricular
Co-curricular.
activities.
Co-curricular.
But your being a scholar meant that you're an academic scholar. No, you did not really like work or render duty hours
No.
elsewhere or somewhere else. No, you did not do that, sir. No.
Yes.
Thus, you were able to really to enjoy your co-curricular, extracurricular,
As well as-
and your academic works. Now,
Correct.
the learnings, Dr. Cadano, that you may have gathered here in the university, because after all, you started out with and you finished your undergraduate here, your Master of
Masters.
Education, and then also your Doctor of Education
Yeah.
at Foundation University. What notable points do you consider, sir, or maybe perhaps lessons, I think that we can put it that way, that you may have learned from your student days that you still find very useful until now that you are holding a topmost position, at least in the division level of the Department of Education?
Yeah. Lessons.
Yeah, yes.
Today, with the experiences that I have had in leading divisions or even schools
Yes,
before, I have come up with certain kind of a mantra for myself, and that led me to work with some C's. Letter C.
C. Okay, the letter C.
I'll start with the first one is competence. It's knowing your work, knowing that you have your knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values for the work, and doing the work.
Yeah.
I've learned it from the university at the start.
Okay.
Doing your best then. The next one is about character. It's the next C that I would have. Character. In the university, I have learned when dealing, we do align thoughts, words, action, and they bring out good results.
Okay.
That's how I look at such thing. But having knowledge, having skills, having attitudes and values, possessing them may not be very instrumental for success unless you are very passionate.
Okay.
That's the next C. That's the commitment to use all of this knowledge, skills, and values, not just for yourself, but also in the service of others.
Okay.
The next C that I was placing for myself then as a learning from all of those experiences is the first line of our DepEd mission. It says, the first line of the DepEd vision says, "We dream of Filipinos who passionately love their country."
Okay.
And that's the essence of, I would say, citizenship.
Oh yeah, citizenship. So apat na yun, sir. 4.
Competence,
character, commitment, and then citizenship.
As we grow in age, as we become more mature, we look into our purpose in life.
Yes.
Okay, and we look into faith.
Okay.
And it brings me to my faith mismo, as well as how to live it.
Okay.
And grounding it with the ictus. Christ-centered.
Yes, right.
So these are the things that have helped me, that experiences have helped me mold coming from the university, with the job that they have, the personal and the professional life.
Yes.
And the university has been part of helping me in bringing out all these things together.
Yeah, and the values, no, that
the
core values also that
Correct.
are being taught to us here at Foundation University: excellence, commitment, integrity, as well as service.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. The learners that we have today, Dr. Cadano, no, you have been like you rose from the ranks, so to speak, no. So you've been exposed to students, pupils, no, coming from the public and even the private school, having taught here at Foundation University. I don't want us to compare, no, Dr. Cadano, but the youth of today, no, do you see them very enthusiastic about learning some more from their teachers, for example, or the zest for knowledge or the thirst for learning? Do we see that now in our present breed of students? And then you were also mentioning about commitment and all the C's, no? Competence, character, commitment, as well as the citizenship. Yes. Would it be easy? Not really easy, no? Would it be favorable to put them across now to our present breed of students? I'm also trying to listen to myself if we can all become effective teachers in this particular time and age.
Okay. In the essence, our learners are basically the same even during my time.
Okay.
Our circumstances, our situations have only changed.
Okay.
While before we may be very manual, today we are more virtual.
Yeah, okay.
But the essence of things, the values that we have, the principles are basically the same. While they belong to a different situation, a 21st century thing. But us, we who are helping them, helping them, assisting them so that they will be ready for the road, may have to have a thorough understanding of how they should be helped.
Yeah, okay.
That means giving us the obligation that as teachers we may have to adapt how we teach,
Okay.
to what circumstances they are in. Our students still have the same desire for knowledge, the same commitment,
Yeah.
but they may be expressed in another way,
Okay.
different from the way we have had.
Yeah. Yes.
So we may have to respect it,
Okay.
to embrace what they have, because simply that's what they are.
Yeah.
That's what they are. They are a generation different from us.
Yes. Yes.
The way we think, but at the core of it should be the same set of, probably the same values,
Yeah.
the same principles
Yes. Yes.
that have to be imbibed. Those that bring us together, those values such as love, peace, joy,
Yeah.
and basically service for
These
each
are
one.
these are all universal
Yes.
values, sir. No, and
Noble.
I don't think they should change, if at all, given a particular century or given a
Correct.
particular milieu or
Yes.
given a particular generation. All of these, no, should be universally
Yeah.
present. Yes. Are there less students now, Dr. Cadano, who are dropping out, so to speak? You have a program for that in the
Yes,
Department of
we
Education.
do have our dropout reduction program,
okay.
DORP. We call it, in short, we call it DORP. But
Yeah.
schools have contextualized it,
Okay.
have named it in other ways. But the point always is to reduce
Dropout rates. Okay.
dropout rates.
Okay.
In some ways, there are what you call best practices in reducing dropouts.
Okay.
There are also practices that are not that effective, but there are those that are very good also.
Okay.
That's why in the divisions, we do have what we call, in the previous divisions that we have summits.
Okay.
So that we share together our effective practices, so that one school learn from each other
Yeah.
how to do this and to do that to address the concern.
Why do students or pupils drop out in the first place? Is it usually because of poverty or concerns in the family, or are there varied reasons?
I think there are a lot of varied reasons.
Okay.
Even with DepEd, DepEd classifies them as fixed,
Okay.
fixed family, individual, community, society,
Okay.
social
Oh.
reasons.
Yeah.
And they range from it's an individual to the family, to the community, and to the whole society as well. Like poverty is still there, but poverty may not be the only reason. I come from a poor family, but I did not drop out.
Yes, exactly. And I know of several, no?
A
Who
lot of
also-
it.
Yes,
A lot of-
many now, yes. Who have become successful.
Correct.
Yeah, did
Because
not drop
poverty
out.
was used as an inspiration to
Okay.
move out from the
Yes,
from that state.
But public schools now offer free education, so I
Yes.
think that should not be a reason at
Correct.
all. Okay, so varied reasons, no,
Yeah,
sir?
varied, yes.
So you cannot just say that a particular pupil or student dropped out because of maybe family concerns or something, no? It's more complex than that, no?
It's more complex
Okay.
than that. We have had in the Division of Dumaguete before, we have a program, what you call it, Agakay, that is
yeah,
to
yes.
eliminate, to lessen dropouts.
Yeah, Project Agata, yeah, I remember that.
The issues or the concerns or the causes of dropout was not just one issue. It's an agglomeration of reasons that build up together for a child to give up.
Okay.
Not necessarily one.
Yeah.
So
What do you love most? We're trying to wrap up our discussion today. What do you love most about a particular division, Dr. Cadano, without mentioning a particular division at all? Yeah. Generally speaking, lang. What do you like most or love most when working in a particular division, either as a teacher or as a school head, or I think maybe as a school head or an official now?
what I love most is doing the creative and the innovative side.
Yeah.
When things don't do well,
Okay.
and you are asked, you are challenged to think outside the box,
Yeah.
so that you would be addressing that issue.
Oh. Are you usually left to your own devices, so to speak, in the Department of Education, at least for the division that anyone may head? So like for the Schools Division Superintendent.
It's not usually
Left to your own.
no, because we do have a network of superintendents also.
Okay.
We are. I joined an a training where all superintendents are there. Most of the superintendents, and we become friends, and we do have issues.
Yes,
we share each other's issues, and we
That's
share
nice.
our practices.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it is not that we are left alone,
Okay.
just there to think on our
Yeah.
own.
So
But
you
we
can
do have a
ask-
lot of
So you network with other
Correct.
superintendents.
We call a friend also.
That's really nice. No? All the while, I thought that, my goodness, you solve your own problems by yourself.
Yeah.
Or,
Although
or-
at the end, you'll have to stand and then make the
okay.
decision.
Oo,
But
tama
at least
naman.
you do have a lot of information
Yes,
that you
okay.
use to address those
okay.
issues.
Or maybe share, perhaps, no, as you had mentioned, best practices, or maybe share whatever similar concerns they may have in the
Okay.
other division.
Correct. There are also, the region also has what they call regional management committee conferences.
You
where
have
we
that
share,
regularly, sir, no?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So in the few minutes that we have left, Dr. Cadano, it has truly been a very interesting conversation.
I enjoyed it.
Like tracing, no? Your rising from the ranks, you rose from the ranks, and even while you were yet a student here at Foundation University, any words that you want to live by, no? Not only with our faculty, our staff, our students, your former professors, perhaps here at Foundation, but for everyone who are tuning in on us and who are viewing us now. We are being viewed actually all over the world, no?
Yeah.
So things that you would like to live by to our viewers and to our constituents as well. You have the floor, Dr. Cadano.
One of those things that I've realized is to have a dream, and then you work for that dream, and we would always understand that by in our desire to achieve that dream, we will always face challenges, a lot of it. But it's not a reason that if the challenges are there, we have to give up. It's what we call our indomitable spirit that should be there so that we can achieve it. But achieving that dream should not just simply be for ourselves. It should be also for the service of others.
Yeah, yes.
I think that's the whole point of human existence. I
Right,
think.
yes, right.
To understand our purpose and to live for that
Yeah.
purpose, not just for ourselves, but others also.
Yes, wow, can you imagine that, no? So it has truly been a very nice conversation, very good interview, Dr. Cadano.
Thank you so
Glad that I have met you once again from the many instances that we may have bumped into each other, but glad that you are back in Negros Oriental. Yes, okay.
Very joyful to serve our fellow Negrans.
Yes, right. And we hope to visit you in your division, this time in Guihulngan City.
Okay.
Yes. So Godspeed, Dr. Cadano, both in your personal as well as in your professional endeavor. So we wish you well, really, as
Thank
you
you.
steer the Guihulngan City Division into what it is now and what it can still become
Yes,
in the next few years.
Thank you
yes.
very much.
Salamat, Dr. Cadano. So with that, friends, we bring to a close another very interesting episode that we have here on iGreyhound. Please do not forget our replays. We have replays every Friday and Saturday from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 in the afternoon on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. And yes, we are being streamed live as well now on the Facebook page of Foundation University. Thank you very much once again to my stylist, Miss Nicole Kalumpang, for my chic clothes as always on the show. This has been Cecile Genove bidding everyone a pleasant evening.
Grit, determination, resilience. These traits are what made Foundation University overcome the obstacles of the pandemic for more than 2 years. With the future being uncertain, it was difficult to make plans. Life, or whatever was left of it, in the minds of Foundationites was at a standstill. This year, just in time for the new academic year, Foundation University shows to the world that she can weather any storm. With full face-to-face classes back, the campus brims with life as teachers and learners make up for time spent online. The challenges in the past have tested how far Foundation University can go. From where we are, there is nowhere we can go but up. As we rise and stand united, we face the coming year with optimism and hope as Foundation University proudly soars on her 74th year. Just as the Greyhound is capable of leaping to greater heights, so does Foundation University. FU at 74 proudly soar.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing fine this week. So for last week, we actually had discussed about the different ways as to how to communicate effectively. We've also discussed about globalization and even what is being classified in this sentence.
The Philippine geography.
Yes, the Philippine geography or the geographic divide of the Philippines, which is being classified into 3 again. What are these 3 classifications?
Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao.
Very good. So that's how you would classify things. You somehow break a big part, you would break it into small divisions. That is classifying. Clear?